mean, he's the bestest. He really is. I've never been happy in a relationship, whatever crazy reason. But I mean, this is the first. I mean, this relationship stands alone. The love that I have for him it's just something that I've never experienced before.
One time, Rozonda Thomas, you know what I'm saying, for being an amazing person, first of all, but also too, man, it was kind of like a conversation that was like left field that people didn't really understand, but obviously was looking at my life for the first time because I had never shown my life that way.
Let's get straight to it. You thought Confessions was Usher's messy, tear-soaked diary about breaking Chilli's heart? You thought those lyrics were his truth? Sit down, breathe. Because everything you thought you knew about that R&B drama is about to flip like a BT Awards dance break. Turns out, the album wasn't even about him. Yup, that whole saga, cheating, baby on the way, lies unraveling, was Jermaine Dupri's life. Usher was just the voice, the vocal delivery guy for someone else's drama. Meanwhile, Chilli and Usher? They were still together when that album dropped. Let that sink in. Chilli recently cleared the air, saying that the breakup had nothing to do with the Confessions storyline. Fans had been chewing on this heartbreak like it was a soap opera, and now she's like, wrong show, people. She said they weren't oil and water, they just had stuff to deal with. You know, regular relationship chaos. Plus, she had baggage coming in. He had his own demons. Somewhere in the mix, things fell apart. But
I'll just say this about us. I think the timing was a little off. Yeah. You know, I had just gotten out of a really long off and on relationship, and I think a lot of times we don't realize that when you're in a relationship for a very long time and you're over it, you're over the person, but it doesn't mean you're not over all the stuff that you allowed yourself to go through.
Sure.
And so I had baggage, you know, so I had baggage kind of going into the relationship, and then, you know, it was just a combination of things. But as far as our personalities, you know, just, you know, how we are and how he is as a person, how I am, that part was fine.
But she also said something real. Usher was my first adult love. She'll love him forever. Not in a let's get back together way. More like a you were my person, but damn, we just couldn't make it way. Okay, so far, it's emotional, nostalgic, kinda sweet. But hang on, we haven't even hit the wild part of the ride yet. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Word on the street is that Usher actually proposed to Chilli. Like, ring, question, the whole thing. And she said no.
Real honest with y'all today. My first celebrity crush was Chilli. I think I was 11 or 12, something like that.
Let that twist your heart for a second. Usher, global R&B king, shirtless anthem god, popped the question and got rejected. She didn't say why, but rumors swirled. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe she wasn't ready. Maybe he wasn't being entirely honest. Then, years later, all hell broke loose. By the mid-2000s teens, Usher wasn't just dodging questions about music. He was dodging subpoenas. Several people, including one man, accused him of exposing them to herpes without telling them first. Lisa Bloom, attorney to the headline makers, filed lawsuits. Usher didn't deny the herpes thing publicly, not once, which had everyone squinting. The accuser said he never gave them a heads up before they had sex. That's not just shady, it's dangerous. One woman, Quantasia Sharpton, even held a press conference. Said she met him after a concert. It was her 19th birthday, they hooked up, and then ghosted. She didn't test positive, but she felt violated. The lawsuit was loud, people were watching, headlines exploded, and then silence. Usher didn't say a word. He kept it cool, but people kept whispering. And then came Tamika Foster, Usher's first wife. The same woman who once said on Twitter that undercover gay men should wear wristbands to warn people. She didn't name names, but come on. Everyone assumed she was talking about Usher. And when the internet lit her up for it, she backtracked a little. Said she meant specific men who lie about their sexuality, not all gay men. Still, the shade was clear. The wristband comment wasn't just random. And when people brought up the herpes allegations and the male accuser in the lawsuit, things got even messier.
Well, he admitted to sleeping with one of the two. You know, it was a very disappointing revelation. You know, I had suspected it for some time. And you have to understand, this is like family to us. This is someone that was there when, you know, my children were born. She took me to the hospital when I was in labor with one of them. But I hate to say, but I somewhat empathize with her.
But the gay rumors never went away. This part, it's been swirling for years. Some folks think the way Usher dresses, bold, fashionable, not traditionally macho, is a clue. Others say it's about the company he keeps, or the fact that he's been close to people in the LGBT+ community. Then Jenny McCarthy jumped in during an interview, saying Usher was so good-looking, it made her wonder if he was really straight. She didn't say he wasn't straight, but she dropped enough hint bombs to fuel gossip blogs for weeks.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey, hey, hey.
Again, no confirmations from Usher, just silence. And speculation. Always speculation. But let's rewind his love life real quick. He married Tamika Foster in 2007. She was older, had kids, and the press didn't like her much. They had 2 sons together, Usher V and Naveed. That marriage didn't last. They divorced after 3 years. Then came Grace Miguel, his manager turned wife. They tied the knot in 2015. People thought it was solid, but then the herpes lawsuits hit. Rumors said she wanted kids he didn't. More pressure, more cracks. That marriage collapsed too. Meanwhile, exes kept surfacing. Monica, Brandy, Kareen Steffens, Naomi Campbell, Jennifer Freeman, Mimi Faust, Pamela Anderson, Chilli, of course. A lot of beautiful women. But the rumors about men just never died down.
Unfortunately, with infidelity, it's a very serious thing. And you either have to work through it, or either you recognize that this isn't obviously the place that you want to be. You know, and all men don't cheat. I think it's just kind of a product of maybe your emotion or maybe your insecurity as a man.
But Chilli was the one that hurt him the most. Now back to Chilli. Because despite everything, the scandals, the rumors, the lawsuits, this is the heartbreak that stuck. She was the one who crushed him. He admitted that when she turned down his proposal, it broke something in him. Made him not want to trust women. Made him question himself. His songs got darker. His walls went up. His pain spilled into confessions, even if the stories weren't his. That's the twist. The emotion was real. The stories? Maybe not. Chilli later said Usher had to change to fit her lifestyle, that he had to become someone he wasn't. She had rules, expectations, and maybe they were too much. Maybe they clashed. But one thing's clear, he wanted her. He wanted to build something real, and when it fell apart, it changed him. These days, Usher's with Jen Goicoechea. They've got 2 kids together, Sovereign Beau and Sire Costello. He posted about them with big smiles and proud dad energy. He seems happy. Or at least calmer. But the shadow of the past? Still there. People still whisper about the herpes lawsuits, about the wristband tweet, about the male accuser, about the love that broke him, about the woman who said no. And while Usher keeps making music, doing Vegas shows, and showing off dance moves that defy age, the gossip doesn't stop. So, is he straight? Gay? Bi? Honestly? Only Usher knows. And he's never said. There's been a lot of smoke, but no fire we can see. He's dated women, married women, had kids. But people still wonder. Maybe it's the silence. Maybe it's the mystery. Or maybe people just can't let go of a juicy rumor.
Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long. How much did we drink?
You trying to say something, Usher?
I'm trying to say something.
What do you want to say?
I don't know if I should.
But let's be real. Sexuality isn't always something that fits in neat little boxes. Especially in Hollywood. He opens up about the love story that had the early 2000s media foaming at the mouth and fans guessing track by track if Confessions was a musical diary. It all started with a music video. He asked Chilli to star in one. She didn't just show up once either. She became the leading lady in 3 of his videos. 3. By Hollywood math, that's basically a marriage. Usher says he always admired her. Not just the looks or the fame, he admired her. And after spending time together, he felt something new. Something solid. He wanted people to see it. According to him, he was proud of them, of what they had. And when a man who's been surrounded by groupies, dancers, and strobe lights says that, it's saying something. But once they went public, it was open season. Cameras flashed every time she left his house. Whispers turned into rumors. And no, there wasn't social media yet, but tabloids were thriving like gremlins with Red Bull. The headlines were brutal. Gossip shows teased their relationship like it was the season finale of a soap opera. Guess which stars are hooking up? They'd say. Spoiler alert, it was always Usher and Chilli. Usher says people had theories, wild ones, the kind that make you question how much free time fans really have. The couple couldn't grab coffee without someone trying to decode it. Was she smiling? Was he distant? Did her sunglasses mean breakup? He knew what he signed up for, kind of. But being inside the bubble felt different. Suddenly, strangers had opinions about every look, every lyric, every outfit. And this was all before Twitter trolls were born. Now, 20 years later, Usher is using The Last Showman to pull back the curtain. He talks about everything, love, growth, heartbreak, and how all of that poured into the music that made him a legend. And let me tell you, the man isn't holding back. He says it's not just a story. It's the raw truth behind the biggest moments of his life. And while Chilli's out there vacationing with Matthew Lawrence, yep, she moved on, Usher's still reflecting.
We gotta talk, Matthew, about Chilli, because when she was actually here in May in the studio, she had this to say about starting a family with you. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
We're not married yet. You know, so certain things happen when you get married, so we're not married yet.
We're old fashioned.
Not bitter, not broken, just honest. He gets it now. Fame turned up the volume on everything. What started as a sweet, private connection got swallowed by the spotlight. That love story didn't just end, it got picked apart. But here's what hits me. Through all the chaos, he still speaks about her with respect. He doesn't blame her. He doesn't play the victim. He remembers the love. That counts for something. And what about Chilli? She's still out here glowing. She's not crying over the past. She's not angry. She's just at peace. She said she'll always love him, but they're cool now. Friends, no hard feelings, no drama. And after everything, after the heartbreak, the rumors, the lawsuits, the headlines, that's probably the healthiest ending we could ask for. Not every love story has to come with a wedding. Sometimes the biggest twist is just two exes being grown-ups. And in Hollywood, that's the rarest plot twist of all. If this story shook your 2000s R&B loving soul even a little, don't just sit there, hit that like button, subscribe for more untangled drama and music deep dives, and drop a comment. Let's get loud in the comments. I'm watching. Till next time, keep your love real, your playlist fire, and your gossip receipts ready. Peace.